We need to make this strap a little bit thicker probably than the material, because it is wood and it is going to be fairly weak. So I've drawn that in, and I'm basically going to just start removing wood like this. I'm probably cutting it off short a bit over here. Now we've got the grain coming this way, so it is fairly strong, but this will be a weak edge. So what we mustn't do at any time is lever like this. So we've got to go straight in, like this, and try and take some of that out there. At some point I'm going to have to switch to a narrower tool, but pretty much I'm going to follow this plane here on the inside. I could drill a hole, but I like to work the form into the space first of all, so that I'm really clear about where it is that I'm going. So I've stopped short of the edge and I'm then going to sneak up on it. So I'm right in the middle of the hole and undercutting down there. One of the nice things about this number 9 is that being a semicircle, you can rotate it a little bit like an auger drill and cut the cross grain. So I don't need to undercut too far, remember we're going to look down in it, but definitely enough. So I'm going to go there. Starting to get some depth now. Now at some point I'm going to go through, and there we are, through to the other side, and that's always a good sign because it means we now can see the full thickness of the wood. So having gone through, let's just quietly start nibbling that back. And remember, as I said before, I'll just repeat this, it's no levering, you have to cut straight around this edge. So we'll just quietly cut this back in. Up to that edge there. And then we've got to finish off up to here. So I'm getting myself a really sharp edge here because that's the edge of the fabric and that's what's going to be visible. So I get a nice sharp edge there. Now what's really important here is that because the grain's going in this direction here, going down there is going with the grain. But over here, if I start undercutting, I'm going to punch this out on the far side. So having set everything right over here, I'm going to make a point of turning the piece over so I can start working from the back in this direction. See, for example, here that's against the grain, but in this direction that would be with the grain. So get this nice sharp edge here, clean up the inner surface, and then we'll flip it over. That's the edge of the strap on this side here, and oops, it's coming round here, like this. So I have to take this away, and this strap is coming around here, so there's quite a piece of wood like this to come away. So just start exactly as we did on the other side. Just start cutting that wood back. Now what we need to do every now and again is just turn the piece over to make sure that this all corresponds. Yeah, this is what Carrie calls living on the edge. This is a very fragile piece of wood here. The grain's all end grain here. So very, very careful, obviously. And if you got it this far and you've done that, well done. It's a bit tricky. But as I say, if you don't put pressure on it, you can just quietly nibble away the wood. The last thing to do is probably just to take a bit of very flat sandpaper and just make sure that this edge here is smooth, because this is the edge that's going to collect the light and give the sense of the thinness of the strap. So a little bit of very flat sanding along there, and with that the strap will be finished.